Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. My guest is Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Always a pleasure, Jim, and I would like to wish you a happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, do we have any sweetheart deals happening out there in the markets for American Manganese?
Well, if we did, I wouldn't be allowed to talk about that on the show, but yes, we have some things hanging, but, until it's done, it's no point in talking about it at this point in our conversation, but there's a lot of exciting things happening. Of course, we know that the whole industry has slowed down a bit because of the coronavirus, and you're seeing companies like even Jaguar cutting back on their production of EVs and production of batteries, and so it's a hardship that goes right across the whole industry. But what I'm reading about the future of recycling batteries is encouraging. Not just encouraging, it's exciting. For example, I see there's a lot of people that write up on recycling and forecasting and all this sort of endeavor. But, when you see something like the analyst point of view from one, and I'll be attaching this to the podcast, but the revenue in 2019 is expected to be about $4.3 billion for recycling of lithium-ion batteries. And that is to grow to $25.36 billion by 2026 at a CAGR of 28.7%. That's a staggering amount of money that we used to see in production of batteries. But now, if recycling grows this rapidly, if it even grows half that rapidly, it's a big market out there. And do we think we'll corner it all? No, not at all. But we can certainly provide the tools to bring people into alignment with what governments are requesting, like the podcast or two ago I said, China had introduced new policies of having 98% recycling and recovery of cobalt, nickel, and manganese, and 85% of lithium. That puts us square into that that spectrum of I guess you'd call it being able to provide these things. And I'm not sure how many other companies claim to provide it or actually have proof they can provide it, but we have proof out there from our pilot plant. And speaking of that, Jim, I've been talking about getting the DOE samples, and I should, from now on, I won't be forecasting so rapidly, because there are things that develop that slow down the actual work, R&D work that's being done. Some of it's totally out of our control, and some of it's totally out of Chemetco's control. But so I didn't have a release out this week like I hoped, but I keep hoping that next week will be different, and we will have a release out. But on other fronts, we're getting some exciting feedback from some of the work that we're doing, and we're getting some exciting feedback on some of the potential financing that may be available out there. So we're very encouraged. I mean, this is Valentine's Day. I wished I could say, wow, we just had a takeover bid at $10 a share. I am very encouraged by what's happening. I know that some of my shareholders are getting, impatient, as I am. I'm impatient too. I mean, I want to see things happen more rapidly. I think that we're square in the middle of an evolving market that's going to, pay dividends to people that are involved in it, and we're involved in it in a big way. We've spent several $1 million getting to where we're at, and we've used an independent lab. It's arm's length. Everything that we put out there is from work that they do, and their reputation as one of the best-known research and development labs in North America is on the line. So they're not going to feed us a bunch of crap. They're going to give us the results that they get, and we publish those. So, what people are impatient. They say they believe it. They believe that this is a great story. It's a great technology that's been patented. And why hasn't anybody stepped up to the plate? Well, it just is just starting to reach that point where people are starting to think about what they want to do with the environment in the future and how they want to survive in an environment where they have to do something about their batteries besides burn them. So, yep, I'm looking forward to another good week next week. I did publish another article and on the Economic Standard, where we had great success of totaling 116,000 by two articles. I don't know what this one will do. It really depends on what's happening at the time and whether it's going to be controversial. So we're hoping to get a whole whack of new openings, but only time will tell. And the company's profile is large. We're out in front of a lot of people. People that we talk to, have heard about us. They've contacted us, and that's the best kind of going ahead on any kind of a deal that we're going to make, is having them contact us rather than us grinding the phones and grinding the emails and grinding everything, trying to get their attention. When they want to know something, we know that we've got their attention already. So it just takes a little patience, and that's something that I've learned in the market, that patience pays off, and I hope that my shareholders realize that.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about?
American Manganese is a critical metal company that developed a process for treating low grades of manganese, which is, in my opinion, the most critical metal in North America, because we have none of it, and that puts us right square in Arizona with a huge deposit that could be developed in an emergency, and should be developed sometime in the near future, but we need the manganese prices to go up again on the metals and the dioxides of manganese. The Chinese control that. But we've spun off another two technologies that we've patented for recycling lithium-ion batteries in order to do with urban mining. And that gave us a huge head start on other companies that were looking at it. So, now we have developed this process, and we've got up to 100% recoveries and close to 100% purities. So, the proof is in the pudding. You'll see pictures of our powders and everything else that we've done. I never see that with anybody else. So, I have to believe that we are in the lead, and we will remain so. Now, the company can do a lot of due diligence at our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can email us at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com. You can phone at 778-574-4444.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
We've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on February 14th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.